I want to get a little bit serious for a moment to tell you something about my past. If you did not know this about me, it's worth bringing it up. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and there are so many people in the world who suffer. I mean, we're all going to die at some point. And there are a lot of people who suffer. And one of those people was me. I suffered with addiction. I was addicted to opiates. Before that, it was other substances. And I almost died almost 8 years ago, October the 25th. I almost died from heroin, injecting heroin. I was trying to escape reality. It started with painkillers. I couldn't find the certain pills that I wanted. Eventually, I tried stronger pills. And then the pills, when I couldn't find them or couldn't afford them, is when I went in and tried sniffing a little bit of heroin to try and get out of the sickness. And I was dying. I was injecting heroin. I was getting abscesses. I was at the end of the road in my mind, and I was ready to tap out. And I finally surrendered a little to try and get my way almost 8 years ago. And my mother, my wife, my children, my dad, I mean, I was kicked out. I was going from couch to couch. I was homeless for at least a few weeks. I was stealing. I didn't want to live. I really didn't want to live, but I was too afraid to die. That's where I was at. So I go to this lady's house named Elise, and she opened her doors to me. She was part of recovery, her and her husband, and kicked and screamed while withdrawing off heroin at their house. And my mom came over. It's kind of a funny, weird story. I may be conflating things in my memory because it was such a traumatic time of my life. But they pretty much said, you need to get the Giving Tree to my mom. This book called The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein to my dad, or something like that. I read this book, and it's a kid's book, but the philosophy in it has endured with me till today. And it would be my honor to share that philosophy with you, if that's okay with you, by reading from the book. It's not long, but this right here really changed my perception. I always was a person who took. I took and took and took, and never really gave in my life. I mean, I was always needing something, and people gave to me. Well, The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. For Nikki, The Giving Tree. Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and of course your kids reading this will get into it, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb her trunk, up her trunk, and swing from her branches. And you can see the kids swinging from the branches. And eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And you could see on the tree a little carve out me and the tree. And the tree was happy. You could see the boy's growing up now. But time went by. You see there's more than one person under the tree. Me and the tree, and then there's another heart. And the boy grew older. And the tree was often alone. Then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come and climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade and be happy." "I am too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" Sorry, I'm emotional because it's like, this is real to me. And I'm shocked I've made it this long. "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. Take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city. Then you will have money and you will be happy." just to show you the images. The boy's getting bigger. The tree, pulling the apples out of the tree. You think he's going to eat them. So the boy climbed the tree and gathered apples and carried them away to the city. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. Then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and be happy." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I want a house to keep warm," he said. "I want a wife and I want children, and so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my home, but you may cut off my branches and build a house. Then you will be happy." You can see he's aged. So the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build a house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered, "come and play." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. "I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "Cut down my trunk and make a boat," said the tree. "Then you could sail away and be happy." See how he's old now. So the boy cut down her trunk and made a boat and sailed away. And the tree was happy. But not really. And after a long time, the boy came back again. "I'm sorry, boy," said the tree, "but I have nothing left to give you. My apples are all gone. My teeth are too weak to eat apples," said the boy. "My branches are gone," said the tree. "You cannot swing on them." "I am too old to swing on branches," said the boy. "My trunk is gone," said the tree. "You cannot climb." "I'm too tired to climb," said the boy. "I am sorry," sighed the tree. "I wish I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I am just an old stump. I'm sorry." "I do not need very much now," said the boy. "Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I'm very tired." "Well," said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. "Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy, sit down. Sit down and rest." And the boy did. And the tree was happy. The end. Now, this story right here, it hit me so hard because I always took. My whole life, I was that boy who needed things and always just took to get his stuff and to get his way, and didn't realize that I felt happiest when I was giving and when I helped those around me. And that's what kept me clean off drugs. And that's what makes me happy today when I see someone say MythVision has helped them find freedom and happiness, or someone who made it off of drugs and was able to be a good father, parent, sister, brother, daughter, son, doesn't matter, for their family. That really means so much to me, and that's kept me happy. And so I guess my advice at 35 years of age, which I have so much learning to do, is try to give back, try to be a giver and not always a taker. And there's a happiness that comes with that. And I know that from experience.